And Dr. Rajan Kumar, who's from the School of International Studies at JNU, is joining us now via video link. Dr. Kumar, what do you think? I mean, what do you make of Trump's speech? Some say it was really long, 93 minutes long. But, given the occasion, given the fact that he just avoided death by a few millimeters, all these things sort of probably added to his ability to speak.
Thank you for having me here, Mark. I think the last few weeks were really tumultuous in American politics, and that has upended the politics in America. And we have seen three major incidents taking place, starting with the presidential debate, where the entire issue of Biden stepping aside started. And that was followed by the assassination attempt by somebody, against Trump. And then you have this Republican convention where Trump was expected, and in a way, to some extent, he also tried to deliver a speech which was supposed to be a speech to unify the nation, because America as a nation is completely divided, and many of the Republican supporters they are blaming the Democrats, including Biden, for the assassination attempt on Trump the last week or so. Against that, the speech by Trump, there were some expectations that he'll try to deliver a speech of unity, but many of the critics now are saying that the speech was primarily to unify the Republican and maybe to include the swing voters in the 6 crucial states of the United States, and it was not necessarily a speech to unify the country. Now, in the speech, he referred to Biden just once. He didn't repeat the way he used to target, but he blamed the Biden administration for the failure of the country. He also referred to two other things in great detail. One was the issue of immigration, illegal immigration, and he said that from the day one he'll starting an operation which would be largest in the history of America. As you know, the last major operation was by Eisenhower, if I'm not wrong, in 1954. So he is trying to convey a very powerful message as far as the issue of immigration is concerned. He also spoke a bit, referring to China and the kind of the policies that Biden pursued against China. Beyond that, he was not very strong on the issue of abortion, which is a major issue in American politics today, and he knows that the Republican supporters are divided on the issue of abortion. But he was trying to basically to unite the Republican Party on issues, because some of the Republicans also have a problem with Trump. But the last 3 days, the Republican convention in Milwaukee, that was very important from a Republican perspective. And what the message that we are trying to give, that many of the Republican leaders who earlier, for instance, this Nikki
Dr. Kumar,
Haley,
let me come in there.
what
Yeah, when we hear Trump, we realize that he speaks in hyperbole, and these channels want to always fact check him. Perhaps he doesn't really mean to. I don't know. I mean, this is my assessment, that he's not actually bothered about facts. He's just talking about incidents, and he blows them out of proportion, and that's part of rhetoric in speech giving. So do you think, I mean, that also has a resonance with certain kinds of voters, isn't it? Would you think I mean, the man, they were expecting him to change, but that's not going to happen, isn't it? Because a person is a personality, and either you get used to it. Is that something that one should be concerned about for a person holding the office of president?
In my view, President Trump, this former President Trump, he is not known for his either fact and figures. Everybody in US and throughout the world knows that many of the facts in every speech practically that he delivers, there are many factual errors. But and even in this speech that you are referring to, the last convention speech of Republican Party, according to some of the new media reports, he made 20 factual mistakes. And this speech was for 90 minutes. It was a long, boring speech. But the Republican supporters, they do not judge Trump on the basis of facts. He is he's the person who kind of, who gives a provocative speech all the time. So he is known for that provocation. He is known for bringing out the emotive issues. He is also known for rhetorics and targeting Biden. So, as far as the Republican voters are concerned, they are happy with Trump not being factual, and they think that Trump is not the only person who is not factual. They also blame the other side for making factual errors. But the issue here in American politics, what the Republican convention did, that it united at least the Republican supporters. And the disadvantage that the Democratic Party, especially the Biden, has at this moment, he'll be fighting not just Trump, but he'll also be fighting, large number, two-thirds of Democrats, as it was reported by your reporter from Washington, that nearly, two-thirds supporters in US, they think that Biden should step aside. So Biden's battle is.
So let me come in there again, because on Biden, what do you think is likely to happen? After all, he is isolating, and there are sketchy reports saying that he probably will move out of the race. I mean, those are not confirmed reports, but he doesn't want his vice president to step in his shoes. He'd rather have an open sort of a contest between several people to choose the right candidate. But do you think there's enough time for that?
I think they do have time, because according to polls, Trump is leading him by a small margin in many of the deciding states. But as far as this Biden problem is concerned, that many of his own people now, he was the vice president of Obama, but now Obama is saying he has made some statement where it's being quoted in media that he says that Biden's chances of victory have diminished greatly in the last few days. Nancy Pelosi, who was a supporter and who is from California state, a big Democratic state, now she is also saying that he should step down. Biden's financing is an issue. Now, many of the financiers in the United States, they are not supporting Biden's presidency and Biden campaign team. So, I think, Biden will get the message very clear now that he has to step aside. Although the Biden campaign team, as you rightly pointed out, they are very stubborn and they are very defiant. They are saying, no, he's going to continue. And the very close circle, which includes Biden's, president's wife, Jill Biden, and son, and a few supporters. So they are not in favor of him stepping aside. Even Bernie Sanders, who is considered very left in the Democratic Party, he also very strongly supported by continuation of Biden. So there are a few people even now who support Biden, but majority of them, they think that Biden should step aside, including President Obama.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Professor Rajan Kumar from the School of International Studies.